Hey, this is Matteo Lane.
I'm Emma Willman.
And this is Inside the Closet.
Inside the Closet. Thank you guys so much.
We're a mess. Hi, everyone.
How you guys doing?
Hi, Philly.
This is so exciting.
It's so exciting. Hold on, I don't trust anyone. I'm from Chicago, so I'm bringing my bag of shit with me. So, sorry, everybody. Hi, Philly. So first, I'm Matteo. This is Emma.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah,
How about a hand
thanks
for
for
yourselves?
Is anyone a fan of the podcast? Oh, that's so nice. And some people are like, we don't know who the shit you are. I'm like, it's all right.
It's such a treat. I don't know if this is just where I'm at, but it's such a treat to not be doing comedy and just getting to be like chill and hang out with you guys.
This is comedy.
It's
well,
comedy,
they're expecting comedy.
You guys.
So you mean it's
shit.
Yeah, like we don't have to do stand up.
Right, not stand up. Yeah, we're not.
If I bomb, you'll pick up the work.
Fuck. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I put on Twitter like, where's the best Philly cheesesteak? And we ended up at Patty's. Thanks, Gail. We ended up at Patty's, and I only ate half of one, and I feel like I need to shower and go to bed. Like, it's a lot. And then I have like Diet Cokes, and then we went to a place called Fuel. There's a place called Fuel down the street. Has anyone been there before? It's
the worst
what a
smoothie I've ever
nightmare
had
place.
in my life.
What a horrible place. I can't believe that's not a place. First of all, it's called Fuel. We're like, got it. It should just be called Mask for Mask. I shouldn't have walked in. I was like, this place is awful.
There's a good place called Fuel in New York.
But it can't
it's
be
delicious.
related to this.
Not
Fuel.
related. This was the worst smoothie. I'm so easy to please. I'm so easy to please.
I'm
with food
not
stuff.
easy to please.
This was awful, and they were rude.
First of all, you walk in, and there's just computers everywhere. There's no sign to tell you to go to the computer. So you walk in, you're like, hi, I'd like to... Computer. I'm like, no. So, and then what's confusing is, like, there's the computer, but then the computer doesn't tell you the ingredients, so you have to look at the menu that's behind her. But now she's made it so, like, I'm afraid to ask her questions. So I kept being... What did I ask? Tahini? I asked some ingredients, like, what is that?
Surprised.
She's like, sugar. I'm like, all right.
I was surprised you asked what tahini was.
I didn't know what it was. I still do. I thought it was an island.
It's a sauce. I kept calling, on that, the drink, Mai Tais? There's the fighting, but then there's the drink. I don't know which one is which.
There's a what?
Because I kept saying I was going to take self-defense class. So I was doing Mai Tais.
By the way, she did yoga in the parking lot before we got here.
I'm just really
and not like yoga,
myself.
like I'm going to stretch. Like she was hands down, one leg up, turn. It was like, Emma, like, it was a little
health
Matrix-y.
is wealth. Yeah, health is wealth.
But it was shit, and it tasted like sugar. And then you actually went up to, well, you're like, obviously, you'll.
I went up and I said, excuse me, can you just tell me why this tastes like this? Fair question, but I said it with a lightness in my voice. I didn't go, excuse me, can you tell me why this tastes like this? I said, excuse me, could you tell me why this tastes like this?
No, you said, why is this so sugary?
I said, excuse me, why is this so sugary? And then they said, because there's 3 berries in it. I said, that's not a fucking
you're making it sound nice. She's like, there's berries in it?
Yeah, bitch, I know what the fuck a berry is, so that's not what this tastes like. So let's just get real with each other for 1 fucking second and say what the fuck is in this. I'm still going to drink it. I paid for it. I'm not going to ask for a refund. What's up?
It tasted like a cake pop. And also...
But not a good cake pop.
But, like, when you ask Siri a question that's pretty simple and she won't respond with you with, like, the correct answer and just keep sending you to Google, that's what it was.
Yeah, but worse.
It was worse. And then I tweeted at them. And then our intern Tyler was like, this is like the whitest thing you guys have ever done. And I kept being like, but I'm part Mexican. No, it's pretty white. It's pretty white.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But besides that, Philly's been pretty good.
Oh, yeah, just so happy to be here. It's really a treat.
I really could go to sleep right now. In front of all these people, I could fall asleep after a Fuel and a Philly cheesesteak.
Also, when we pulled in to get so that's just like a little gay mobile in the car because it's me, Matteo, Tyler, Gail, who was on the podcast, and then Matteo's boyfriend. But when Gail was pulling in to the cheesecake spot...
Do you guys remember Gail on the podcast?
Remember Gail? Yeah, Gail. So when we were pulling in, all of a sudden I started hearing... There's all this like beeping, and I thought it was from someone in front or behind us, and I was like, who's this fucking asshole beeping so much? And then, oh no, it was us.
Well, here's what happened.
Everyone was looking looking at us like, what the fuck? And then she's like, I don't give a fuck, I want to park.
No, and it was also because they were from Georgia and they were trying to park, and literally they saw an opening, and so they were like trying to go in. It was
and they were in
some
front of
white
us.
Family. Oh, they had all the rights.
It was all them. She's like,
and Gail's
today.
like, fuck them, I'm from Jersey. And so now everyone at Pete's is like looking at us, and you guys, Philly's not like waspy. They're not going to be like, oh, look, but don't look. Philly's like, what the fuck did you just do? So we're like in the car, like, it's like not us. Yeah. And Gail's like, who gives a shit? What's going on? Who gives a shit? We're like, I don't know. Why? So like literally ran to Gino's. We're like, well, let's go to Gino's.
I turned bright red and I went like this so people couldn't see me.
And the kids' lock was on our side of the car, so I had to go on her side of the car. I'm like, Emma, you have to open the door. I'm not getting out of this car.
Not today.
Like, but they're staring at us, Emma.
And then it was
I really feel like I have to shower. I feel
family
so gross.
with like 3 little kids, and the mom looked at us and kind of was like, all right.
But they were so white that when we got out of the car, they went like that. Right. I was like, so if they did that to my Aunt Cindy, we would have all been arrested.
I did that back to them. I was like...
You're translating for Gail, but you're like translating like,
and she's like, "Fuck."
You're wasp. Yeah. You're wasp though, right? You're like white Anglo-Saxon.
I mean, I don't know
Protestant.
if you can like divorce yourself from that, but my mom's family really
waspy.
Was. You know, I am they're so waspy, and I am in ways. I have this distinct memory of being at like a TJ Maxx or something. I know TJ Maxx isn't waspy, but I remember
it's waspy.
But they it was a TJ Maxx to set this wasp scene of it. I think it was a TJ Maxx in like Cape Cod or something like that.
Right. TJ Maxx with lobster.
Right. But I remember going, and I remember this so well. I remember trying something on, and I was like, Mom, do you think this is like too preppy? And she goes, you say that like it's a bad thing. And I was like, do you think it's too preppy though? She's like, you shouldn't be afraid of who you are. So I guess or I remember too, I had this like, we had this huge, we would have this like huge family Thanksgiving, and like a lot of preppy people at it, and I remember.
What's huge?
For years, there would be like 60 people.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and we would have like cocktails, and then we'd have the Thanksgiving, and everyone would be really dressed up.
Now, when you sit at the dinner table, did everyone talk at one time?
No, we would all sit at separate little tables.
Really?
Yeah.
And then what was conversations like?
It would be like, so, what are you up to? And they'd be like, well, what are you up to? And then and then I remember my special needs uncle was my saving grace, because I'd be like, I got to go check on Zeke. And they'd be like, I don't think he wants you to check on him. I'm like, yeah, he does. And then...
My last Christmas, we showed my grandma China's clit. The wrestler. It came up. God rest her soul.
I was like,
but it came up, and so my sister's in competitive competition world with like with bodybuilding, and so sometimes when women do supplements, you know, things change, and so my grandma had no idea what an enlarged clit was.
And how did that even come up?
And so, we started talking about it, and then. And then so my grandma said, what is that? And so we shared with her. And my grandma loves Game of Thrones. And, you know, she's wild.
Big clits like Game of Thrones.
Same thing. And her cousin was an axe murderer. You know what I mean?
So you guys saw, like, you just showed this big enlarged clit?
Yeah, because she was interested. She didn't know what it was.
Wow.
So we explained it to her. She was fine with it.
I have
pretty progressive grandparents.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? I do. They've got three gay grandsons. That's a tongue twister. And they're fine.
Your brother.
And my cousin. And we think one of my other maybe there's other options. We don't know. We're waiting. You know what I mean? And so my grandpa's blind. He went blind at the age of 5, but became a judge, and so he can marry people. And so I talked to him like 3 times a week, and he called me once, and he's like, I would like to marry one of my gay grandsons. I was like, that's cute.
That's really cute.
I know. My grandma's okay, yeah, they're Italian. Sorry, go on.
I had a thing with an enlarged clit thing that was kind of startling.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Should we call my grandma?
Imagine if I didn't elaborate. I was like, I had a thing with an enlarged clit thing, and it was startling. Anyway,
like I say,
No, this is. I mean, where it was like it's like enlarged.
Are you sure you just didn't?
This is what happened. So I was with somebody, and I was like,
I love that you have a story for everything.
This is, and I'm also trying to
models.
I'm trying to filter it because I'm trying to be like more respectful. So
just because there's an audience here, they don't care.
No, I know they don't care, but the person I'm talking about might care. But
that's right. We're trying a new thing. I gotcha. All right.
So
just say you had sex with China.
No. This wasn't someone I had sex with, but what happened was I was like, "Do you want to?" I was like, "Do you want to watch porn?" Or somehow porn came up, and
see that to me is weirder than an enlarged clit coming up at my Thanksgiving. Porn just doesn't come up.
We were hooking up, and then I was like, "You watch porn or something."
Has anyone ever seen your history and seen the porn that you watch?
I have such a good story about that.
I mean, you have a story for everything.
I have such a good story about that.
All right.
But this one, so something with the porn,
You're a
and
Panera.
then I think I was like, I'm gonna hold your hands, I'm not gonna touch you, and then you have to watch porn or something like
what?
that. Because it was supposed
That's how wasps have sex.
No.
I mean, that is how a wasp has sex. No question.
It was supposed to be like a teasing thing.
A teasing thing?
Yeah, because it was like she would get excited because she'd be watching the porn, but then she couldn't touch herself, and I wasn't going to touch her.
Wait, why couldn't she touch herself?
Because it was supposed to be like a game, like a restraining game.
This sounds fun.
No, if you...
How do you lose?
It didn't work. You lost.
It seems as you've lost right now. He looks... I can't tell if you're enjoying this or not. Oh, you are? Okay, sorry. I'm very upset, and I'm very needy. All right, go on.
Imagine, if your boyfriend tied your hands behind your back and made you watch porn. If you like porn, and then you'd be like,
If I like porn, of course I like porn.
Yes,
What's wrong with you?
It'd make you want to get touched.
But porn to me
more.
has become like an errand. You know what I mean? It's like,
yes, I do know.
I gotta get to bed. Yeah. You watch it. I'm like, what is he? A pizza? Who gives a shit? Get to the anal. I don't have time. You know what I mean? 1, 2, let's go to bed. It's kind of turned into that. I hate gay for pay porn where they're straight, and if you pay them, they turn gay because it's so it's ruined when they talk. They're always like, I've never done anything like this before. And then a couch fits up their ass about 2 minutes later. It's like, yeah, obviously you've done this before. You know what I mean? Oh, those were the days.
Yeah, and they know just how to
And I was telling you in the car, I can't do any I've never done role playing. I think I'm being a comic. I can't suspend myself to
do you get self-conscious about your acting or
everything? I think it's embarrassing and stupid, but I also want to do it. But I laugh at myself for everything. And then also my boyfriend's from Spain, so no matter what we role play, they have to be from Spain.
Right. That's key.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
got
be a police officer from Spain.
God, anywhere else would be great right now, but Spain again.
Yeah.
Spain again.
Can you be the police officer that doesn't talk right now? You know what I mean? Why do you not want the police to talk? You called my personal trainer a gym teacher.
Oh,
it's so cute. He's like, and what time you done with your gym teacher? I'm like, I was done in the 8th grade. But here we are.
So I say we're gonna watch this porn, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden. And I remember
that's a ballsy move. What kind of porn do you put on for somebody else? Because that's more personal than looking into your purse.
Right. Yeah.
Neither one of us owns a purse.
So she all of a sudden there's a problem. All of a sudden she goes, whoa. And I'm like, huh? And she goes, She's like, I just came across something really bad. And I was kind of
on your
curious.
Computer?
No, on her phone. She was clicking around, and then she turned the phone to me, and it was this insanely enlarged clit, just insane. And I went, And then she went, wow, I don't know what just happened. And I went, ooh, wow. I was like, hi, God. I was like, I have so many questions. And then I was like, who is this person? What's going on? So we went down that rabbit hole, and then we were both like, huh? And then we just ordered Thai food. And then that was it. Because it was over after that.
But it's also weird when you're sitting with someone, you're trying to watch porn, and then you're going through different types of porn, and you're trying to get off, and she's not allowed to touch herself.
Right. Yeah, there was a lot of balls in the air. That's what was going on.
But ironically, no balls.
But no balls. I have a story about the porn on the computer search history.
Okay.
So I used to look at porn on my mom's computer.
Right.
And
how old were you?
Oh, God. I did it, I remember doing it in high school.
Uh-huh.
And my parents had to talk to me about it. So it had come up. And they were just like, why are you doing this so much? That was the thing. Because my mom was like, it's just pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages. And it was so much.
Because you're curious.
Very curious.
What does she mean, why? What is she, an idiot?
No, it was a lot.
What did your computer explode?
It was excessive. Because it was, in high school, it was like a lot.
Okay.
And then
it was all women.
No, I always watch straight porn, usually.
All right, so you could keep them guessing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. That actually reminded me of another. I remember the first time that she found the porn on the computer. She's like, I think your sister was watching porn on my computer. And I was like, oh. And she was like, yeah, I would think it was you, but it was straight porn, Sal.
She said that? So she knew that you were a lesbian before you admitted to being a lesbian?
I had already told her I was gay. I'd come out to her. This was like, and this was a
What was her response again when you told her you were gay?
Oh, I'll tell you, but she goes, with this, she was like, I just told her that I was gay, and then she's like, I would think it was you, but it's straight porn, so it has to be your sister. And then I was like, I don't want Katie to take the fall for this. So I was like, it was me. She goes, but it's straight porn. I'm confused. And I was like, how do you think I feel?
But you were seeing yourself as the guy.
Yeah, I wasn't confused at all. Like I wasn't confused at all. I just didn't want to have that conversation with like my mom.
You've had so many uncomfortable conversations your whole life.
But recently I have been watching gay guy porn, actually.
Why?
I don't know. I just Googled, because it's very verbal. I Googled...
Do you like that? Yeah.
I Googled... Yeah.
It's basically that. There's no real interesting...
I Googled, like, verbal top daddy and, like, young...
You'll find it. Gays have
boy
everything.
Slut or something.
Gays, literally, you could type in mother-daughter and it would show up in a gay... Gays have
yes,
everything.
Verified it would.
Yeah.
But, you know
My friend Pat Powers always said, he's like, anytime on Grindr someone asks me what I'm into, he goes, I say I'm mother-daughter. He's like, I'm in my room listening to music, and Mom says, time for dinner. I say, no, Mom, and she slams the door, swing, you know.
Yeah.
You guys have to listen to a podcast called PNS Explosion. Does anyone listen to it? No one? You guys have to, it's really funny. My friend Pat Powers is...
That's a great name. Very porn star.
PNS.
Name.
They've been doing it for like 12 years, or maybe longer than that. Yeah.
Good for them.
How long have we been doing this for?
A little over 1 year.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember when our first episode was.
Our first.
And we've been trying a year before that to do it. We had no idea what we were doing.
I think the first episode was... I don't remember exactly when it was, but I remember we talked about how would we have sex on it.
How you and I would have sex?
Mm-hmm.
What did I say? Like through a sheet?
No. I said that you would have to... No, it wasn't how we would have sex. It was how we procreate if we were stuck on an island. I said that you would come on a rock, and then I would take the cum, and then I would get it inside myself.
Get it on the rock, quickly!
Yeah.
You would just we would have sex.
No, we wouldn't.
If the world depended on us to procreate, we would have sex.
I don't know. That's easy for you to say because you're the one getting to do the fucking.
Yeah, but I don't even do the fucking now in my own relationship.
I know,
so we're both just... We would not know what we're doing. I would need you to guide me along the whole way.
No way.
No way at all.
Not...
Literally, the world depends on it, and you'd be like, put it on that rock. That's you're being selfish now.
No, you're right, actually. I do.
You think I want to do it either?
I do know one scenario.
You're so uncomfortable right now.
If someone
Would you rather have sex with me once to help save the world or carry a purse and walk in heels for the rest of your life?
Ooh. I think carry the purse, I think.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't mean that. It's not. I'm not trying to be offensive.
You don't want my semen.
No. If someone,
I feel like I've got good genetics too.
Beautiful.
Not with the hair, but with everything else. I can draw. I sing.
Perfect specimen.
You would make another Liza Minnelli.
I would be honored to. I mean, well, but what I would if someone had my niece, my beloved niece, and said we're going to kill her if you don't have sex with Matteo, then I would do it.
So one person rather than 7 billion.
I'm a little selfish,
A little?
Yeah,
I would think so.
Really.
You chose a purse over human life.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. So I was thinking that, okay, it's not to save the Earth, it's to save, like, everyone from going extinct.
Sure.
All right, then I guess I would do
I don't know
it,
what... Thanos came down.
Right.
Is that his name from Avengers? Yeah, and he was like, I'm going to destroy the whole world unless you two have sex.
Yeah, if my mom and my niece are involved, then fucking give it to me.
I love that you and your mother are so close.
It's more me pushing it than her in a way, but yeah, we have
I
a
feel
closeness.
it's not. I feel like your mom does a good job talking to, like, connecting.
She does.
But she's often like confused.
She gets really stressed out a lot.
From
and then
you?
She just
Or from her knitting.
She gets her weaving.
Her weaving.
She gets pretty. She's got a really good life, but she just always gets like very, very stressed out. But
I love your mom and dad, how they speak to each other.
Jeff, Susan, how have you been? Good. Well, good. And that's it. But actually, it was funny. She came to New York, and we were like visiting a little bit, and then I was getting ready, and we were like gonna head out, and I'm gonna share this like video, but all of a sudden she starts like poking her head in the bathroom when I was talking to her. I was brushing my teeth, and she's like, I can see her like festering, and then she's like, You know you're brushing your teeth wrong. And I was like, what? And so I got my phone out to record this. She's like, you're going like this, and it needs to be like this. You need to go like this.
And I'd be like, why didn't you tell me that 33 years ago? Why are you telling me that right now? My Uncle Mike brushes his teeth, and it is so aggressive.
So do you go like this?
Brushes his, I have that like, what's that called?
I did too, but I used to go like this with it.
No, you just lightly go over, because it's doing all the movements, so you just lightly go over the gums and...
I've lost too many of those.
Well, my Uncle Mike brushes his teeth like he's in war. Like he leans over the counter. It's like scary. Like he's like... and there's just foam going down his hand. And then he won't use the Dixie cups. My Aunt Cindy buys the Dixie cups. My Uncle Mike's like taking water, like... My Aunt Cindy's like, I bought you the Dixie cups. And then his defense for that is, my dad was in the war and he didn't need Dixie cups. It's like, you're a monster.
Is he like that? Is he like that about everything, or just brushing
He
his
waters
teeth?
the driveway, puts a fan on it, and watches it dry all day.
So he might have mental health issues.
He's just, I don't know what it is. He also, like, he's obsessed with, first of all, he's obsessed with Buicks. Like, I don't know what, you get to this age when you're a man where you just start looking at Buicks on sale, and you're like, I need that Buick. Like, every car of theirs is a Buick. He collects them, and so the driveway's just like a Tetris of Buicks. And then he
waters the driveway. He waters the pavement.
They got a new driveway. It's so cheap after years that their driveway literally looked like whoa, like a Dali painting. And also the shovels to scrape the driveway were like, they literally like, this is the snow. It would like curl up when it hit the snow. Like they were so weak, he wouldn't get new ones. And he finally got a new driveway, and he's obsessed with it. My Aunt Cindy's like, his new girlfriend's outside, and
they're broken up.
No, he's just, my Aunt Cindy's making fun of that.
Oh.
He's dating the driveway.
Yeah.
I grew up in the same block as my first 22 cousins, so I'm always seeing my family. But yeah, my Uncle Mike, he's insane. Like he sneezes like this. Achoo, oh, oh, and a couple of la-dee-das. That's literally how he sneezes. He's insane. He gambles.
Have you ever had someone find your porn history?
No, I don't think so.
Never? Not one of your parents? Nothing?
No.
Okay, because there's actually... Like
I'm pretty sneaky, I feel, in that sense. Like, I'm pretty good about it.
There's a doozy.
I wouldn't care now if my boyfriend saw me, like,
of course not.
watching, but I'd be like, yeah, what?
Right. Amy Schumer had a good joke about that, actually, where she, like, walked in on her boyfriend watching porn, and, like, the way he was, like, beating his dick, she's like, does it owe you money? Or something like that. One time, my mom...
That's funny.
One time, so I had watched a bunch of porn on my mom... Now, so, like, Flash cut to college, and I'd watched porn on her laptop.
On your mom's laptop?
Yeah, even though I have my own computer.
So you just wanted to get caught.
I don't know what the fuck I was doing. And
I can't imagine you in college. Like, I can't imagine meeting you in college and seeing what you were like.
I had such... It was really a high point.
It was a high point?
It was maybe the happiest I've ever been in some ways.
I went to art school. It was formative. I had a good experience. Yeah,
because I did great academically, and I'd always done like shitty before, and I'd been in trouble, and then I was like driving, and I came out of the closet, and I was really healthy.
Well, I think that has
so much
a lot
hope.
to do with it. When you come out of the closet, suddenly like school becomes like.
And I was in a comfortable living environment because my living environment growing up was so chaotic, and then this was like.
See, I was closeted going into art school, but then someone stops you at the door, like, you're not allowed in unless you admit you're gay. I was like, okay. I mean, everyone's just so gay. But I really, that's art school. I was like 120 pounds, wearing low V-neck from American Apparel. I had like my side Nicole Richie hair. It was great. I painted we had 7-hour painting classes, so I loved it. I would paint all day.
And
then I lived in Italy and painted.
Were you like, I'm going to go pro about the painting?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I was like, the same way I am with comedy, I was with painting, where it was like the grind. I never partied. I just worked and worked. Well, because I lived in Chicago. Most of the kids are rich who went to my school. I went to SAIC, which is School of the Art Institute of Chicago. So it's really prestigious. So most of them are like stupid, like idiot rich kids who just go there and they're like, yeah, I think I like want to talk about like Pink for a month. Like, they're just wasting money. And I had to have a job, so I worked a full-time job and then had to go to 7-hour painting classes and take the train back and forth. Well, first I worked at the Container Store, which I think that place is so awful and terrible. Everyone is a piece of shit who works at the Container Store.
Really?
They are so weird there. First of all, they think they're doing open heart surgery for fucking boxes, right?
Well, they have a lot of containers.
Here's how creepy they are. First of all, what they do, they would have meetings, right? Like you would have like a monthly meeting. So the entire staff has to sit there and they put a giant picture up of the president of the Container Store. So not a video, just this. While a tape recorder played of his message encouraging us. I mean, is that not fucked up? You know what I mean? And I hate that place. I was fired. I also got fired from Michael's, and then I worked at Blick, and then I was fired from there. I got fired from every job. While I was drawing caricatures at bar mitzvahs and weddings and bowling alleys.
Hustling.
I was 17 and gay and just like hustling and my hair. I mean, I really was a mess.
Were you ever relaxed in your life, you think?
No, I'm pretty anxious.
I was the most relaxed I ever was after college. I went back to Boston for a year and I was like, chilled out. It didn't really last. But in college I was like really I had like 2 majors and then I was a lab monitor.
We didn't have to declare majors at my college. We also didn't get grades.
Oh, it was very artistic.
It was super. I'm telling you, it's so artistic. We had some like normal classes, but like you could take like, I'm trying to think. We did like the history of musicals and movies.
Was anybody straight there?
Very few.
Yeah.
And everyone was like j'accuse, like if they were straight. There was this one girl who was so annoying. She was super rich, and she said that she was so allergic to gluten that if she went near someone who had just eaten a sandwich, she would be hospitalized.
Well, she has to let people know that.
Oh, I wish I wanted to fill her mouth
everyone
with
is
bread.
so hostile.
I hated her
Why
so
is everyone
much.
so hostile towards people with gluten allergies? And people with gluten allergies, people with nut allergies, people get so pissed.
She was making it up. She was an idiot. She was a complete moron. She was dumb.
Faking it?
Of course she was faking it. She will die never knowing what an orgasm is. I can't stand her. She
is
awful.
Fuel. And now
her
she
dad
runs
was
the
like
fuel
a rich oil tycoon guy, so she was the only Republican in the school, which is that's fine. But you're in an art school with a bunch of queers, you know what I mean? And she would tell everyone every day how horrible Obama was. So I was like, I just want to build a Panera Bread around her.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Because it's fine to say that you're. What is the word when you're
libertarian?
There you. What is it?
Celiac
disease. So like typically celiac disease, like there are some people who are super sensitive to it. Like if you're touching bread, like you can give you a reaction. But she literally said to I was in French class, she goes, she was like, yeah, if I go and near anyone who just ate bread, I'll be hospitalized. So please let me know if you ate bread. I was like,
yeah, it sounds like
just
real
say your dad never loved you. You know what I mean? Like, just say you want attention. I can't even handle that kind of attitude. People like that make me so angry. First of all, there was a couple in the audience once. We always do like crowd work, right? And so I asked this couple, I said, how did you two meet? And we're in New York, right? Her response to me was rock climbing. So already no one likes her. And so I asked a valid question. I said, well, where do you go rock climbing? Her legit response was rocks. Bitch.
So I go back to my mom. So my mom lived near where I went to college, and I would look at porn on her computer, and then she.
Were you not getting sex, or you just had a porn addiction?
No, I just liked. I don't know. I've always.
You like the
porn's
fantasies?
just always been like a through line. It's just been a through line.
You're the best of friends.
It was, just a through line. But this is, so my mom had to take her laptop into the Apple store. And she goes, I remember she's like, hey, Emma, were you looking at porn on my laptop? And I was like, no. And then she was like, because you have your own laptop. And I was like, yeah, why? And she was like, because I don't really care. But I had to go over to the Apple store and go to the Genius Bar, and I had a question, and all of a sudden he started looking uncomfortable. And then all of a sudden all of these porn sites are flashing through the screen, and then it looks as though I am looking at cuckold porn. And it's really embarrassing for me to have a genius just staring at me, and I don't know what...
Yeah, she was talking to Pablo Picasso.
What he's talking about, and I'm trying to get the Excel spreadsheets working so I can go to Guatemala and bring weavings to the children, and then your porn's popping up.
But don't you think moms and dads look at porn? You know what I mean?
Not my mom.
Like, your mom doesn't look at any porn.
Unless, like, weaving constitutes as the porn for her. But no.
It went in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out.
No.
That's what she just loves to weave.
Yeah, no. I had a story that I saved telling you because I wanted to tell you real time when we talk about it in the podcast.
All right, let's hear it.
My memory's so bad, I don't think I told you this. Okay. We had an episode a while back, and the title of the episode was about scissoring. Yeah, thank you. So I'm in a meeting in LA, and I had a couple meetings at this one production company, and we're just talking about developing a show, and it's these three people. One of them's the CEO, someone in development, and then another guy in development. So I'm back for the third meeting, and he's like, so I listened to some of your podcasts. I'm like, thank you. And the two other ones had not, so they have no idea what he's talking about. And then I go, oh, thanks. And I was like, I'm actually like really scaling it back, what I say on the podcast, because I hurt the feelings of the Canadian girl. And he said, yep, and I was in the wrong in a lot of ways. I was in the wrong. So him and I are on the same page. Did I tell you this?
Okay. I'm listening.
So he's like, okay, and then he said something, scissoring. And what he was trying to ask about was, did you hear the scissoring episode? But the other two have no idea that we have an episode called scissoring, so to them it just sounds like he asked me if we had tried scissoring. It was about 9 a.m., and he goes, oh, scissoring. And he had mumbled it, and all of a sudden I see his boss go, Jason! He was like, we do not, I am so sorry. He's like, what are you thinking? And I was like, no, it's the name of one of the episodes. He's not just asking me about scissoring. And he was like, I would never just ask you about scissoring. Not that there's anything wrong with scissoring. And I was like, it's okay, fucking scissoring. Woo! 9 a.m. And his boss, you just see him being like the Me Too movement and da-da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, we don't even fucking. He was like, the guy almost had a heart attack because he's just like thinking that his fucking associate's like, oh yeah, with Canada? You guys into scissoring?
Scissoring is a term that came from South Park, isn't it? Remember the episode? Yeah. Was that the name of the episode? With the lesbos, and it was based off the 300. And Mrs. Garrison was like a newfound lesbian, so she kept asking everyone at the bar. She was like, "Hey, you want a scissor?" Yeah.
It didn't come from that. They were.
But did they market that? I feel like I learned scissoring from South Park.
It happened
because then I remember talking to my friends who were all lesbians.
Since
like,
the beginning of time. Yeah, but
before that.
Yeah, it kind of was.
I disagree.
Wait, we want to do questions,
right?
Yeah,
we want to do questions.
We want you guys to ask us questions, because you always have people who ask questions.
Safe space. So fun to get to do it in real time.
Yes. I also really need to shower. That cheesesteak killed me. It destroyed me.
Do you feel like your sweat is smelling like the cheese?
I feel like I look like, hey, everyone, how's it going?
Is it because you usually just eat so healthy that you just
I don't really
feel
eat that healthy, but I just also don't eat Philly cheesesteaks, so...
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right now there is.
You don't want to disrespect their main dining thing.
I know. I'm from Chicago, and I didn't eat deep dish every day. You know what I mean? Also, when someone's like, I don't like deep dish, I'm like, you think I give a shit?
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like deep dish. Yeah, cool. I don't like deep dish. Work. Do you also rock climb? Cool. Thanks. I don't like fuel, though. I hate fuel. I hate fuel. Pieces of shit.
They had no idea what was walking in when we came in.
I tweeted at them and I said, fuel is awful. And they're like, if you're upset with us, please email us. And I just wrote, no. I'm not.
I never get like that. It takes a lot for me. I mean, it really takes a lot. It takes a lot. Like, I'm pretty
we sound like
chill.
Assholes.
I know, but like...
But it was so shocking. You take one sip, you're like, fuel.
Yeah.
This is the opposite.
I took one sip, I went, inappropriate.
I just called them. I said they were a hate crime.
It's not. I took one sip, I went, homophobic.
Yeah.
Homophobic. Yeah.
Wait, does anyone have questions you guys want to ask us? Because we only have so much time and we like talking to people.
Yeah.
This happens every time. Everyone's afraid to ask questions. Yes, what's up?
So, have you ever...
No. So I'm kidding. That's what Fran Lebowitz says all the time. So
and thank you for projecting your voice.
Yes, your voice is great.
We'll repeat the question, too.
Have you ever taken someone home for a romantic
Have you ever taken someone home for a romantic encounter?
A surprise.
And had a surprise?
Yeah.
Have you ever taken someone home for a romantic encounter and had a surprise?
Yes.
Like someone you just met?
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to take a guy home. This is when I was living in Chicago. I was going to take a guy home, and I, sharded myself. And we were planning on going into his house, and when it happened, I was like, woo! And then it, hit me. And then it's like, we're going to my house. And he's like, wait, why? I'm like, they're going to my house! You know? And then I had to be I have to, go to the bathroom, ran to, sit in the sink and, try. I mean, it was a mess. And then I was like, we, can't hook up. I'm tired. So I gave him a surprise. I surprised myself.
I guess that's kind of almost like the equivalent of when a girl gets her period. Maybe then
no, I should know better
I'm sharding
than that.
this time of the month.
A girl getting her period is you can't control that. Me, it's just cut it out, Matteo.
One surprise.
We were about to say once upon a time. Once
upon
upon
I go
a time,
way back.
far away land.
Once upon a time,
there was a young girl.
Oh yeah, you guys want to see him do the face too?
Oh, you guys have never seen the face.
The face
this is
makes
the face.
it.
I do it in my Netflix special. I go
for the whole special.
I want to tell you a story about a young girl. She became a waitress, and when she was struggling, she got a loan for $1,000. From that loan, she became... I'm out. So dumb.
Did you have to practice that
I'm just
perfection?
doing Sherry O'Terry's Barbara Walters, but it's a thin line. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Wait, I had a surprise romantic encounter because I haven't had...
You went to Fuel.
No, that wasn't... this one time, I thought this was a real surprise. I was very surprised by this. This person wanted their arm hair pulled.
That's something you ask an escort to do.
Yeah, we rain checked the whole situation, and I've often
I should have rain checked the situation with.
She just liked getting it like that
pulled.
Yeah,
it's time to go.
Yeah, and
there's apps for that.
I didn't. I've always wondered if why I should have engaged. I actually think
you did the right thing.
Yeah, I was surprised by it, but
you can't lay someone in with that.
I didn't really like the person that much either.
Oh, then you're fine. That's a great excuse. Great out.
But I wonder what because that was the first time we ever we were making out, and then she brought that up. So if that's what she
just
brings
pull
up,
my hair out
that, I wonder what would have she brought up down the line. You know,
pull it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pull my hair.
I have
my
to
arm
go.
hair,
I just sharded myself.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have questions?
Wait, question asker. Did you have an experience with that recently? No. Good. That's good. Yeah, surprise.
I can't believe no one has questions. What if we just sat here in silence while someone raised their hand? I feel like a substitute teacher, kind of. No one did the homework?
Yes. Yes, please.
Mary Kill, Barbara Corcoran.
Oh, God.
Liza Minnelli.
Yes.
And because you're a Stern fan, Robin Quivers.
Oh, I love Robin. I'd marry Robin. I'd probably fuck Liza because I can't imagine the stories. You know what I mean? You'd have to be really careful with her now, though.
Who would you marry then?
I would marry Robin Quivers. I unfortunately have to kill Barbara because it's she's a little, because Liza, if you have sex with Liza, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Because it's did she just have a hip replacement? Really, we're gonna. This reminds me of when I was one time Martin Scorsese after New York. I had my knee replaced. And I had my hip replaced.
Yeah, how does she do, what position?
I'm the Tin Man from the waist down. She said that herself. That's a quote she said. Most of what I say about Liza, by the way, is just quotes from her. Most really is truly, like, I'm really not pulling from her. When she's like, I've broken my knee and I was in a hospital. And so I started to work with clay. Again, the woman should wear the dress, not the dress wear the woman. So, that's Liza.
I don't know what I would do with those three.
Because you don't know them. You don't know
I don't know
Robert
them
Quivers
as
or
well.
Liza.
I do know I like Robert Quivers. I would probably kill Liza.
Well, I'm already 6 toes in the grave.
Mary, yeah, exactly. She's just, and then...
you wanna fuck me? Because I'm in.
Yeah. I'm out. Yeah. I think I would want to have sex with Robin and then marry Barbara.
I'll go in for $300,000 for 10% of your vagina.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have questions? We really like the questions. It could be about anything.
Has anybody come out of the closet?
There's a question, but wait, way in the back, and then we're going to get to the one in front of it.
How do you feel about Monet Exchange's sponge dress?
Monet is one of my good friends, and I just did Bob and Monet's podcast, and Bob asked me that question because Bob loves to piss off Monet. I actually really liked her sponge dress. I'll tell you why, because knowing Monet, I know her thought process when she was making that. Literally when she said, she's like, girl, she's like, yeah, the suds and the this, and I'm like, yeah, that's 100%. I've seen Monet perform so much. To me, that's the best dress she's ever made in her whole life. I mean, she came down, I was like, girl, I was like, work, you know what I mean? Because Monet has literally, I love Monet, but she has shown up sometimes with like she's been a mess.
Has anyone else not seen it?
So, you haven't seen the sponge dress? Who watches RuPaul's Drag Race in here? A lot of people do. There's the sponge dress, yeah.
Wow.
Sponge dress. Bob was so mad at me that I said that I liked Monet's sponge dress, but I genuinely liked the dress.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's with the eye makeup to make her forehead so pronounced?
Because look, that's the dirt, and then these are the suds, and then that's the sponge to clean it up, and then there's the water for the earrings. I know what she's doing. The few times I've had to be Liza Minnelli for a live event, and I don't do drag. I literally just put like a black cape over me and a shit wig.
I feel like those sponges, because sponges like have a smell. You know what I mean?
She had them the whole season, but she did my makeup a couple times for Liza. She's a really good painter.
How did this go over with like the judges?
Oh, everyone was furious about it.
Oh,
but then she made a sponge music video with her
she's
and Boomer
fucking into
Banks.
it.
Yeah, she
it's
knows
like her thing.
She's a smart cookie.
Wait, how did you feel about the sponge dress? Who asked?
I like Bob's like sponge.
Oh, you liked Bob? Well, I'll let Bob know you said that. And
He sponged is better than Monet.
wait, who had a question in front of him? There was yeah.
This has been great, but I never listened to the podcast before.
Well, fuck
Well,
you.
thank you.
I mean,
We needed to be brought
You
back down to
shouldn't die,
earth. You know what I mean?
And I'm just curious, like, is there usually like a premise, or you guys just like call out?
Oh.
go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry, did you
Take a
say
wild guess.
preparation?
No, actually, normally what we do is we talk about rocket science, and then we get into
Yeah.
were
you being shady with us? I mean, was that like eloquent shade? Like, this has been a lot of fun, but do you normally prep?
Do you walk in just like?
Do you normally do research on the things you go see? See, I'm so mean. That's why I'll never make it.
No, but it's
We
like
can be just as shady, girl.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't come for this.
You're just walking into a restaurant. Like, is this normally how you guys make this? Is this normally how you do this? Is this normally a restaurant? It should be a
Normally
hospital.
sell Indian food at an Indian restaurant.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
My boyfriend doesn't like Indian food, and I really miss Indian food. We're going, Kike.
Yeah.
But welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Well, now that I've just showed my true colors,
Well, I mean, why do you ask?
do we not seem prepared?
You seem quite quite prepared, but I just wasn't sure like how you come up with a theme. Or
No, this is okay.
No, there's no theme.
I'll tell you. I'll answer.
Because our stand-up is so fucking structured. Everything we do is so structured all the time. So this is like the outlets. Like, what would you? I mean, well, you can Google it.
No, now you're getting sassy. Emma physically strikes me. Here's a real answer to that, because I think a lot of times everything you listen to is like so formatted, and so podcasting, when you go way back in the day, I'm really influenced by that podcast called P&S Explosion, where it really was just three gay guys chatting. And for me, it was a way to listen in on conversations, and I got a lot of my humor based off of how they conducted themselves.
Who were these gay guys?
And Pat Powers, Noah Powell, and Rob Lindley.
And like they were comedians? Or
nope, just three gay guys talking.
Cool.
And Pat, who's a comedic genius, and I had him help me write on show when I did At Midnight. He came out to LA with me and helped me write for the show and stuff.
Oh, that's great.
But,
I need help.
I thought the theory behind this is that everything be so formatted. Everything now podcasts. Everything is like super formatted with podcasts.
Yeah, I do morning radio, and it's literally down to
and this topic
like
and
3 minutes. Like it'll be like 8 to 8:03 discuss Kardashian. 8:03 to 8:05 like promote mattress. 8:05 to bit.
So
seriously,
I thought that Emma and I are natural talkers, and we do this every single night. And I thought before we perform at the Cellar a lot, we'll sit there just chit chat, and we're laughing. And I thought, why don't we just throw in a microphone? And literally, I remember I said to you, you're like, we should talk about that. I'm like, let's prepare nothing. And I feel like it's worked, right? I mean, I don't know, maybe it's not enjoyable, but I like it. I hate fuel.
You know, one thing it was for me too is I used to always be like, oh, if I do this, it'll be too gay, or this is too gay, or that's too gay, or I just want to.
What she means by that is we get a lot of pressure from the comedy world,
no,
and
I even put it on myself. Like I literally.
Yeah, but it's coming from that.
Yeah, of course.
It's coming from people telling us you're too gay.
Can't go up.
Like,
you can't go up through the main. You can't go up through the gay community and think the mainstream community will come around. But if you go up through the mainstream community, the gay community will come around.
It's a little bit of both, but it's a hard line to play.
I mean, like there's.
I'm gay, but how can I talk about being gay? And I did a late night show once. I won't say the name of it.
It's a very fine dance. I mean, but once you get in, then you can kind of do whatever you want. But you got to get in the house to then burn it down.
I did a really famous late night show, and it took me months to prepare the set, and it got it approved, flew out there, and did it. And then they didn't air it because the host of the show's comments were that I was talking too much about being gay, and thought that I could come back and do it again if I talked less about being gay. And I wrote back, no thanks. And a year later, on the same day, the exact same day a year later, I did Seth Meyers, and they had zero problem. All right. Well, anyway, I want to get more questions because anyone have more questions? No? Yes. Hi.
What is your favorite story about one another?
Oh, great question.
My favorite story about one another. Mine is hearing about your parents' divorce. I know that sounds stupid. We did this MTV show no one watched called Vidiots, and we sat down together.
Oh my God, MTV2.
And MTV Universal. So, my cousins and dude are like, hey, you at MTV?
Yeah.
But
it was so...
in between takes, though, you kept talking about your mom and dad's divorce, and I know I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it tickled me so much. I couldn't stop laughing. Just the way you were impersonating your mom and the disdain in your mother's voice for your dad is just so funny because it's just, Jeff. Susan.
That
so
show,
not Italian.
That show, Vidiots, what was so funny about that, too, we did...
Oh, they hated everything I said.
That's not true. But
it's 100% true. They would, show Christina Aguilera's, awful! And I know.
So then...
But I love her Come On Over, Baby. That's the best song she ever did. That's the best with the red hair and the blonde. That made my gay body I don't know what's it. I just was so happy for those red hair. I was just so
I love that. All I want is you coming over.
That's how you can tell if someone's gay is when you get new bangs and they're like, oh, your bangs!
Right.
Only gay men give a shit about bangs. You know what I mean?
They had a
straight guys are like, what? But if a gay guy sees a fresh pair of bangs, we're like, why? It's Christmas Day. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Bangs over any other haircut?
Just any kind of, like, you know, I don't know. Am I wrong, gays? Like, yeah, I don't know.
Just something about the bangs.
Just the bangs.
What about a guy's bangs? It has to be a vagina.
Oh, who gives a shit about men? We're talking about women. Okay. That's what we love. Yeah. Look at her hair.
At Vidiot, so we shot the whole season, and then afterwards, when I read like what
I'm sitting like Liza. Right now. Like, just trying to sing a song.
They had. At the very end, I read what the little synopsis for Vidiot was.
And it said, a terrible show.
The whole time, they had said, okay, you guys, when you watch these videos, just be yourself, just be yourself, just be yourself.
Oh, I'll be myself.
And then when I read the synopsis, it said, do you like music videos? Do you like idiots? Then you'll love Vidiots. And I was like, oh, we're the fucking idiots. We're the idiots. And I had not put that together from when I read it. I was like, and I had like told a lot of people about it. I'm like, I'm on the show Vidiots. And then it's like, do you like fucking idiots? I'm like, never mind, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
All right, this is
my cousin's like, hey, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're the idiot.
Grazie.
Idiot. I think my favorite story about you is probably you meeting you and Kike.
Oh, Kike. Hola. Wave to everyone, Kike. There he is. All the way from Spain.
Hunka. Yeah, he's in town.
Hunka. Yeah. He's shy.
Understandable.
He got a little high before this, so he's fine.
Neither of us did. I haven't been...
No, neither one of us. We're stone sober and sweaty from the cheesesteak. Does anyone... How much more time do we have? She's like...
You can do like 15 more.
All right, 15 more. So think of some questions, guys. And then
if you want, if not, I got a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something from childhood you're still completely obsessed about.
Oh, something from childhood I'm obsessed about? Storm and Maleficent. No question. Storm and Maleficent. Maleficent, I mean, I don't know if anyone knows this, but I'm an illustrator. And, I mean, I was always drawing.
Actually, Matteo and Bob, the drag queen, have a cartoon.
We do. It's called Kick-Ass Drag Queen. Thank you. I illustrate it. And I used to work as a storyboard artist for TV commercials and fashion. Like, I'm a professional. I'm a professional. And as a kid, I would always draw. And I would draw Maleficent shooting lightning from that tower over and over and over. And I do flip books with Post-its.
What's the thing you have with color? What's
and
the
then
thing?
Storm. I have synesthesia.
Yeah, so that kind of, I think, helps the drawing.
It helps
kind of the way my dyslexia
theory.
helps me put like abstract things together.
All right. We'll all let that slide.
Yeah, my mom always told me that.
But I'm still, and Storm, I'm still obsessed with Storm, and I'm furious who they've casted as Storm. Every time they fuck it up.
Who had they casted as
Halle
Storm?
Berry, which Halle, you are beautiful, but like you are not Angela Bassett. So that's who Storm should have been. Honestly, RuPaul should play Storm. That's who should play Storm.
That's a great idea.
And someone was like, why don't you have, what's the drag queen's name who's like superhero? I forget her name. Dax. Yeah, they're like, Dax. I was like, no. We want RuPaul.
Actually,
so RuPaul should have been
idea.
Storm. Or Angela, but wouldn't Angela Bassett, can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, winds rise, like, gay. And to this day, someone put all the clips of Storm on the X-Men cartoon, like, together. You see it on YouTube, and it's one more quote after the next. It's so ridiculous. It's literally at one point, they're like, we can't fight this guy. And Storm literally goes, he has not yet felt the force of the elements. And as a kid, 4th grade, I'm like, yeah! And my cousin's gay, and he loved Jubilee, and so he would wear my mom's yellow washing gloves, and I put on my cape, and we'd run around,
and you would be Storm.
Of course I'd be Storm. And in X-Men Legends, I played Storm. Sorry,
No, have you seen Storm's new outfit for the comics?
What happened?
Have you seen Storm's new outfit?
For which? The Dark Phoenix?
Right.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it. Oh,
I saw Holly Berry spoke at the GLAAD Awards, and she was amazing.
Who cares, but
she was great.
Oh, that's cute. I mean, that's fine. You know what? I got to be honest though. I don't like Storm with a ponytail. Oh, the Jim Lee Storm is the best with the white and everything. I mean, that makes gays lose their mind. So that's what I was obsessed with. What about you?
I was obsessed.
I get excited thinking about it right now.
I actually don't even think I've seen any of those movies.
Nothing. So you've never even seen any of X-Men?
Mm-mm.
You have no idea. I just burped. You have no idea. Storm. Storm.
I know because like you talk about it a lot, and I'm always like, yeah, because you get so excited about it that I'm like, woo! no, but I don't actually know what you're talking about. Actually.
For a kids cartoon show, one of her quotes to defeat their monsters
was her superpower just making storms?
It's the weather. Yes, it's the weather. She controls the weather. So she literally said, she goes, this is so dramatic. She would go, winds rise and sweep the thorns beneath our path. What? Like, that is so gay, and I just fucking ate it up. I still love Pokemon too.
I was into Pokemon.
Star me. Pokemon Crystal is my favorite.
I was obsessed with Nala from The Lion King. That was my first. I loved her. That was my first crush, and I remember being so worried because I went and told my mom. I go, "Oh no, I like Nala, the girl lion, but I should like Simba, the boy lion." And my mom put it in perspective. She was like, "I don't think you should be sexually attracted to lions." And then my brother was like, she's all right. I kind of want to bang that chubby teapot from Beauty and the Beast. I remember meeting his first girlfriend. I was like, oh, nice. She's like very short and stout. Very nice.
Emma, hello. Does anyone have another question? These are good questions. Yeah.
So I haven't come out yet to my family yet.
Okay.
Serious.
Oh, yeah, please.
We're good at serious.
How do you usually
Ready?
talk when you're around your family?
I don't. So
Where is your family? Where are you from, and where is your family from?
We're all from like the DC area. I moved up here for a job like a few years ago, so I'm just like by myself.
Okay.
Let's clap it up.
Because I'm like,
him.
if you're from yes. Because sometimes and not even if you're from a southern state, but that's what I was trying to get at. It was like, it depends on where you come from, but it's horrible sometimes anywhere. So I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah. So in my mind of like I don't know like the culture, it's like you have like a sit down, like across the table or whatever.
You could do a Sally Jesse Raphael. Yes.
Like, have, like a weird like heart to heart thing, but like I don't do that.
Right.
So like I guess advice or like comments. Like I also don't want to do like a weird drive-by that's just like
Yeah.
I'm gay. I got you. Well, do you mind if I take this for a second?
Please. Also, Tyler, who works with us, he just came out, I think, maybe like 3 weeks ago.
And he did the drive-by, and it worked.
Yeah.
So, let me ask this. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one older sister.
One older sister.
Does she have any idea?
And
No, I don't.
and is your family conservative?
Kind of. I grew up in church.
Uh-huh.
They're
Christian
Christian.
E. Okay, Christian E is better than Christian. You see what I'm saying?
Someone could be a progressive Christian. So
Right.
just. But,
How old are you?
32.
32. You know what? Are you dating anybody?
No.
Have they ever asked
how
you
often
about?
do you talk to your parents?
Like weekly. Well, just my mom. I don't talk to my dad.
Oh, no one likes dads,
What do you-
please. I hate my dad. Are you kidding? Hello, son. Where the fuck is mom? You know, no one likes dads. I hate
I love
dads.
my dad.
Oh, they're the worst.
I love my dad.
Hate
Do you think that they have any idea?
They don't talk about things. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they knew, but like, I don't think they would come to me and be like,
Of course.
Here's what I would say about that. I think, first of all, whether you tell them or you don't, you're still gay, so keep that in the back of your mind. You know what I mean? I think one thing, and I know that sounds stupid, but really some people think like...
Yeah, I guess
like,
you
what?
don't
You know
need
what I mean?
your
Like,
parent.
You're still you.
Right.
So
you don't need the... Yeah.
Sometimes parents don't know how to approach their kids about things that they're giving the body language. They're saying to the parents, I don't know how to talk to this about you, and you're both doing this sort of subconscious back and forth where you're avoiding the conversation, and a little bit is from you learning from them, and a lot of it could be also from you telling them. So, you know, if you obviously want to tell them and it's important to you, think of ways that your family communicates with each other, typically, and sort of bring it into that way, whether that's family outings, whether it's the favorite dinner place.
You mean like, and do it at the favorite
Yeah,
dinner
well,
place?
I mean, do it because, like, let me give you an
But then,
example.
well-
My family,
What if they're like, you're fucking ruining the dinner place?
I'd be like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Fuck you.
I'm just playing.
Tell your parents fuck
role
you
play out
and
different
walk
scenarios. And they're like this, and also you fucking ruined like Jersey Steakhouse or whatever your parents.
Well,
are into.
Jersey Steakhouse
I mean,
ruined itself,
all right,
but
your parents has better taste than that, just
Yeah.
hypothetically.
My brother came out. He's very quiet, and so he didn't really talk about it. And I noticed the family reacted based off how he came out. And I thought, when I come out, I can't, because my family's a funny family. So I thought I have to use humor. I thought about what does my fammy do to deal with all of their problems.
All at once?
So.
Like your whole family?
Well, hold on. I'm like, what I did was I made sure to make it funny for them. So I found jokes that were appropriate enough for my family.
Like you
to
did a set
tell
list.
them. I did. I brought them
Like,
together
I'm
to a
going to
show.
open with how you guys doing? You guys come here often? Okay, cool. Yeah. Who books this? All right, great. My big closer is, I'm gay. Good night. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
He asked for a serious question,
Sorry.
Emma.
Yeah.
He's upset. How did you deal with it? Well, your mom's like, I don't care.
No, it's like so hard. It was like, it's so hard. Also, I mean, do you feel like,
Actually,
do you think you'd be closer with them if you did come out even, and do you feel like it's safe to come out to them?
I feel like it's relatively safe. I just don't feel comfortable just like in my body, so I don't necessarily want to like. I don't know. It's just like weird. We don't talk about feelings. We don't just.
In a way, when you say that you're gay, it makes it easier to figure out everything else. The hardest part is just saying it. Right. Everything else will make sense of itself. And maybe it's hard, or maybe they'll not talk to you, or maybe they'll embrace you. I don't know how they're going to respond to you. But the hardest part is just admitting it to them. But it should be something for yourself. I mean, it should be something that, it's obviously something that's, it's you're feeling and you want to do and you want to share that. And everyone, I mean, I don't know who's gay in this room, but a lot of people have shared that experience in this room. And I think we could all agree the hardest thing is just you coming to terms with it and being able to share that with them. And that kind of starts the conversation. So I think right now no one's talking about anything. And so if you can just get that conversation going, you'll be able to help yourself and help them find a way to make it a conversation that's comfortable for all of you.
And maybe have like a self-care thing planned for like no matter how it goes afterwards too. Like just like get like as
your
much
nails
support
done.
you can from friends or like whatever you can to just like kind of pad the experience, whatever the outcome is. Like, you know, always trying to figure out just like managing expectations. Or if they're not communicative in like other things, maybe they might just be, you might say I'm gay and they might be like, okay, and then just be, who knows?
And if there's stuff that you do that you enjoy that's gay-ish, you know, it doesn't have to be like going to like watching Go-Go Boys or something. Bring them along. You know, bring them along and start, you know, a lot of it's going to have to be, I'm serious, why are you laughing?
Just take his parents right to like a...
That's what I said, don't go to a Go-Go Boy. That's what I said, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
just bring them there, like, what do you guys think of this? Do you like?
Bring friends of yours around them. You know, a lot of it's going to have to be your confidence. You're going to have to sort of build it on that and just do it. It's like you're almost like you're going into battle. It's like, all right, this is hard for me to do, but I'm going to put on my...
And you're not alone.
And you're not alone. You have everybody in this room.
Yeah.
And really. You do.
It's so hard, too, because sometimes it feels like it's like bursting out of you that you want to say something, too.
And you will feel so much better when you just say it to them.
Right.
You really will.
And they might, I mean...
Call them. Let's talk to them right now. No. I'm teasing. I don't want to. Can you imagine? What's your mom's name? What is it? That's a good name.
Oh, my God, I was going to guess Linda.
Like, hey, Linda. Hi, you don't know me.
I literally just said Linda in my head.
I just start the conversation off that way.
We have your son.
Oh, no! You know. Tell her you're pregnant. That'll...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What? And then you'll be like, just kidding, I'm gay. They'll be like, oh, phew, you know.
Right. Oh, my God. If you give us your...
I did that with my mom. She was like, what? You know.
Just confuse the shit out of them.
Yeah, confuse them. Is this helpful? We're trying our best. We're not professionals. You know what I mean? I had cheesesteak.
If you give us your info, there's a comedian. He's got a really funny joke that reminded us. Alinga Mitra had a joke about that he's an Indian guy, and his parents always said, you know, you got to date an Indian girl. So he's like, I'm gonna tell them I'm gay. So then that way, when I tell them I'm dating a white girl, they'll be like, oh, it's okay. So he's like, I sat my parents down and was like, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. And they're like, we knew that.
Call them and say you're in jail.
Yeah. They go, we knew that just as long as you marry an Indian boy. And he's like, fuck! So that's my version of his joke, which I love. But I love that joke of his. But
and you know what? To help us, write into the podcast and let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
And we'll all go through the process together. Okay?
Oh, boy.
All right. Tyler, we got to look up his emails.
And then
What's your name? David. Look for David.
I take Wellbutrin and Zoloft.
Oh, God. No, Emma.
And
We're not
those
getting
help
in this
me.
conversation.
Yeah.
No, don't
No, but
listen
it
to
helps.
her.
Just gets a little buffer.
Oh.
Just a little buffer. You know, I'm not drinking or anything like that, you know, but, you know, just a little, you know.
Just,
Or it's, you know, cigarettes are very bad, but it's, you know, there's can be, you know, just a little.
Does anyone have other questions? Yes, right here.
This is kind of corny, but do you have any advice for a young gay aspiring comic?
Oh, yeah, we have tons of advice for young gay aspiring comics.
You know, I don't recommend show business, to be totally honest.
What?
I'm a theater major, so it's too late. I'm already.
You want to do stand-up?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'll say this because a lot of times when we get interviewed for stuff, people always ask us like, "Well, what's it like being with straight people? And how hard are straight people? What's it?" And it's like, don't you get that question
not
a lot?
that much, no.
And I say, you know what? Honestly, because
people ask you what's like gay people ask you that.
You haven't done. I've been. So many people have interviewed me. Like being a gay comic, isn't it so difficult with heterosexual audiences? And what kind of hate do you get? People are always looking for some kind of drama. And to tell you the truth, I've actually had a lot of help from straight people. And there's so few queer people in comedy that when you find them, you do link with each other, and it's really helpful. Like me, Joel Kim Booster, Julio Torres, Jessica Kirsten, Solomon. Like these are people they're like a little family. But generally speaking, you'll be dominated by straight people. And I have found straight people are way more open now to hearing about queer culture than ever before. So my advice to you would be yourself. Work really hard. Don't judge anybody because you're all a fucking mess because you're at a fucking open mic. And do the work. Do the grind. Show up. Be on time. Be nice to people. Have good jokes. Record your jokes and make sure they're better the next week. That's all I would say.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Like, a lot of stuff that we do, I think we're doing something that's kind of new right now in stand-up comedy in a lot of ways. And a lot of it can't be so... you can't think of it as anything but I just have to be funny.
And you also have
everything
to
else
just
will
get
follow.
started, too.
Yeah,
Because I know someone that's, like, always thinking about it. I always think of it like, you know, this is going to sound like really harsh, but just bear with me till I get the end of it. It's like you're too old, you're not interesting enough, you don't have it factor. Even if you work as hard as you can, you get really good jokes, you don't have like the charisma to do it. You're not going to get linked in with the right manager, you're not in the right city. A better version of you is going to come along and they're younger, sexier, they have better acting abilities, where you're just...
Good work.
But, you know, so all of these things, and you're just not good enough, and you're just not going to make it. You're just not going to make it. So if your immediate reaction to everything I just said is, that sounds really hard, then save yourself from it. But if your other reaction is, fuck you, then I hope I see you around.
Yeah. In a weird way, yeah. You have to have a fuck you.
It has to be like, oh, I see, but then you'd be like, cool, but you don't know me. So, because you have to have blinders on because it's insane. It's so insane. And there's so many people...
But it's also a lot of fun. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but like we're having fun. Look at us right now. We're having fun. No, but...
I mean, no friend, your relationship, your friends, your family. It's a lot
you
like
have to say goodbye to all that
It's
for a
like
while.
kind of like doing I took this entrepreneurship class, and it's a lot like being the head of a failing startup for a long time. Yeah.
So there. We have 7 minutes left. So there were some other questions? Yes.
So I also came out a little bit later.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to ask you guys, what was your
Great voice.
favorite?
Yeah, you're very NPR
Yeah,
voice,
very
isn't
good.
she?
Good like radio. Good voiceover.
Delilah.
Yeah. I actually don't even know what you just said. What did you just say? That was very smooth. What'd you say?
Whistle.
So I also came out a little bit later in life, and I didn't really have like the whole like coming out young, you know, like being silly and being interested or something. So what was your favorite part of your like young coming out phase?
I'm so fear-based. I have so
Congratulations,
few.
Tim.
Congrats.
How do you feel now?
Well, it's been 8 years.
It's been 8 years.
It's been 8 years, but I didn't have like the whole like going to Pride Young or
Right.
rainbows.
Crazy time, yeah. Because it's different too. Yeah, when you're younger, you approach
It's so
dating
different.
differently. Yeah, I guess like back, I used to just have like a lot. I used to, especially before I did entertainment, I used to like love dating because it's only been the last. Because it's like dating is like, you know, you're kind of like selling yourself in a way, and it's like now I just have nothing left to sell in it. There's
You have
nothing-
whitewater rafting.
Yeah, and even that just by a string. I'm just.
I'm trying to. So the
So I
question
used
was,
to have a
what's
lot
the
of
fun
fun.
stuff about young?
What was your favorite favorite part of your coming out phase?
Favorite part of coming out phase.
I like dated in college. I had a great girlfriend. Yeah, I came out in college, boom, had a good girlfriend. I dated a bunch.
Mine was being able to admit to myself things that I enjoyed and not feeling shame for it. That's a big one.
Like what?
You know what I mean? I mean, this is going to sound so funny and everyone deserves to laugh at me, but it's still very serious to me. The fact that I could just openly admit that I like Barbra Streisand and I know everyone's laughing, but like... I got called a faggot so many... High school was very brutal for me. And middle school was just prison. And
because people
without
were...
the sex, I wish. But so I think being able to admit to admit things that are a part of you that you like and not feel shame for it. That, to me, was the biggest thing. I wasn't so blown away by, like, bars and lights and yes, just more, I'm so, like, fear-based and cerebral. I was just sort of like, yes, I like Mariah. You know what I mean? Like,
And you might have had that, if you'd come out later, too.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter when you come out. There's always a community with arms open for you, so... Do you hear that?
Yeah. But I do know people that, like, when they came out, then they had, like, a whole, like, they were, like, going to tons of different, like, gay bars and just, like, crazy.
Yeah, I was never... I didn't really have I had to baby step everything. Yeah. Are we ever... Time for one more question. And by the way, after the show, do you want to wait out in the front to, like, take pictures or meet people and stuff?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course.
I got so nervous.
Yeah, of course, I'm joking.
So if you guys want to, give us a minute and we'll come out in the front and we can take pictures and stuff. Because they have another show, like, in 6 minutes, right? Yeah, she's like, get the fuck out. We will, I promise you. All right, so one more question. Yes.
I moved to the D.C. area last year.
Okay.
It's very hard to make friends.
Yes. We've gotten this question so many times. It's hard to make friends.
It's very cliquey in D.C. versus where I'm from.
Right.
So,
where are you from?
Tampa.
Okay, Tampa, Florida.
Yeah. So a smaller city, medium. But do you have like any like shortcuts or one-liners you can try to break into a clique?
Ooh, one-liner.
It's very like cutthroat there.
DC's fucking cutthroat too, because any industry where any city that's based on an industry, so everyone, it's just like in LA, but it's like only in politics. So everyone's like looking around to see who's working with who and what. It's the same because politics and entertainment and also rap music, oddly enough, are all the same. Because it's like, if you think about it, because it's like this established rapper's co-signing this younger person, and like that's like attaching someone on a bill. Like it's all like lobbying. Everything is lobbying because everything is sales essentially. But in DC, the personal and the social and the work are all linked in, so it's all intermixed in
You
there.
want to know what you're doing for a living.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're asking us for a one-liner to permeate the DC box. Woo!
Do you have any friends there? Like any other like friends that are close friends?
Just maybe give them candy.
Right. You know what? I mean, I always say this, but like, go volunteer somewhere. Go to a center and volunteer and start. All my questions are getting laughs at, but that's a true thing. Yeah, because I think there's such a poisonous, toxic thing with dating apps. Like a lot of times, people are like, I just want to be friends. Someone's like, sure you do. Why is your shirt off? And block you. You know, it's just like people are just so mean on those apps. And there's other ways to get involved in the community that are more positive.
Or it could be going back to like if you went to like wherever you grew up, your like high school or college or something like that, finding like an alumni type group or something that like would transcend whatever all the different industries are there, that would connect you to something like from that predates you moving there. Do you know what I mean? Like if
or work functions at your work. What do you do for a living?
I work from home now.
You work from home. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Yeah, that's actually the biggest thing. Is because you.
Right, that's a motherfucker.
Go to AOL and there's these things called chat rooms.
Craigslist.
Gay and lesbian.
Because I used to, when I moved to New York, I literally only had one friend, like this loose friend of mine from dyslexic summer school. And we hadn't really been in touch. And I remember like connecting with her, and then we had kind of like not, we didn't have a ton of stuff in common, but there was like one person that she connected me with, and then I became friends with that person. It was kind of a slow build, but it does take a lot of time when
You'll
you're
find
older.
them in weird places. Like, it took me 5 years to find my little gay crew in New York City, and now that I have them, I'm like, you hold on forever, but it's hard.
And
you know what I mean?
it's also
hard.
like you, when you do find someone you want to maybe be friends with as an adult, like putting in the time and making it, like my friend Gail this year is one of the like few like friends I've made in adulthood, and then she's very good about being like, let's get dinner, like I'll be here at this time, like putting in, sharing that, because I think people that you've been friends with for a long time, you then don't have to put as much effort into.
Also,
so it's like showing up and then being there.
Because
being
we
interested.
do comedy, there's an existing community waiting for us. So
and those are like friends, kind of.
But if you find a hobby that you really like or something that you like to do, whether it's gaming or I don't know what, but you can find those people and just sort of click yourself in that community. I think we have to go. I feel so much pressure. I'm such a worry.
Pressure to go or pressure to answer his question?
Pressure to go. I feel I think we answered the question. No,
we didn't come up with a one-liner.
We're talking about.
I'm pregnant, and then they're like, "What?" And then just
say that. Say you're pregnant. Say it for anything. It doesn't matter who you are. Just say you're pregnant.
You could be like, "What's your zodiac sign?"
Yeah, don't. That's a bad one. All right. Well, I think this went really well.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are great.